Today I would like to talk about the immigrants that have came to America and the impact that they have had. One of the famous persons that I have found is Alfredo Quiñones, and he, as a young man, he was born in Mexico. He was the oldest of his family, and his parents were really poor. They couldn't offer him a good education, and as in many cases, as it happened a, a long time ago and now, it's still happening. His the impact, the outcome of him coming here and trying to have a better education and trying to he came here with the idea like everybody else, just came here to try to work hard to get money, return to his homeland with his family. But when he got here, he realized that it wasn't as easy. I picked him because he relates a lot to my grandpa. My grandpa, he is 90 years old, and he came here to do the same type of job that Alfredo did. Um, he worked in cotton fields, pulling weeds, any kind of farm work that he was able to do to provide himself and provide his family back home with stuff and mostly economic support that he couldn't do it by staying over there. Um, People succeed. It's possible to succeed in anywhere you are, but obviously you have easier access or easier things to be able to do it and to accomplish here in America that you don't have in other countries that are in poor economic, and especially make it so hard for people to be able to obtain any kind of education. In the case of Alfredo Quiñones, his parents, his father didn't even have education after the second grade, and many of the times women, like his mom, they struggled to have any kind of education because, like anywhere, women always were made less, and the men were the ones that had to go out there to provide for their homes. Um, Alfredo just relates a lot in my life to my grandpa, like I said before, because he came here to do the farm work and be able to provide the economic support that my dad and his brothers and my grandma needed that he couldn't get here, get over there back at his home. And to me, it's something that I can look up, and it's something that's going to be in history today and in the future, because migration is always going to be in our history. It's even a big problem now, but at the end of the road, people have to realize that not everybody does harm by coming here to provide a better future and education. Like, even uh, we've always had migration here, and we should understand that people come here to find a better future. We by this, I see how my grandpa came here and he did what he needed to do. Obviously, he didn't have the same outcome like Alfredo Quiñones. Uh, he actually Alfredo went to school as a child in Mexico. He was very bright, and due to the circumstances, he couldn't complete his education on what he really wanted to do. And when he came here, he was determined after he saw how things really worked, that he wasn't going to give up. He was going to learn English, and he was going to go to school. And now he is a very successful brain surgeon, and he is somebody that I actually look up to, and as my grandfather, look up everything that he has accomplished here and in Mexico, seeing how you can be here but also try to be successful in your home country and help out others that need to. It's something that, it makes me learn every day, and makes especially value more things that you have and things that you take for granted. For instance, Alfredo Quinones, he lived in an old camp trailer, which he made it his home while he was um, being a farm worker, and obviously having very, very little uh, treats in life at that moment. He didn't have easy access or great accommodations in the way he lived, and many of the times, my grandpa, he happened to live with several different, guys at a home, because they were all, here for the same kind of job, and obviously money-wise, the way they had to live in order to survive and be able to have that extra money to send to their families and back home. Um, it's something that it's in our history, this whole migrating, and people, even though they see it as something bad, and how many people would like for immigrants to go back home to their homeland, and it's sad that you don't really look down and investigate exactly the impact and things that we do. I mean, like any other, as in white, Hispanic, African American, you're always going to have some that are considered, the black sheep, because they go out, do crimes, uh, awful things that they shouldn't do. But it's not just one ethnic group. It's in general, and not just because one person does it. Does mean that everybody else is going to end up the same way, or going to hurt anybody as that other person. We just have to take the fact that immigrants make a difference, and like in this case, Alfredo Quinones and my grandfather, I can relate very, very good, and they're an example that makes me want to keep and doing my best in school, and try to have a better future, and know that I can do it. It's another, push to myself that, people that came way back before, when things, weren't as easy to be able to get help and try to, have quicker access to things. I mean, it makes me realize that, all you got to do is push yourself and make yourself determined, that anything is possible, and not just because you're an immigrant from another country, or your ethnic group is different. That doesn't mean that it has to stop you from becoming a better person. Um, and they're the role models that I would love to follow my steps and continue my education. Thank you, and y'all. Hope that you have enjoyed this presentation.